Hello everybody and welcome to another installment of the 2020 SpeedGaming Super Mario World No Cape, No Star Wars Tournament. For those of you who've been hiding under a rock the last week or so, this is a speedrun competition and looks like the runners are off already, but the first level is fairly chill, so it'll give me plenty of time to remind everybody or let newcomers know what the tournament's all about. It's finish the game as quickly as possible with a few caveats. Obviously the usual, no funny business with ace or anything like that, any orbs or clouds, but the specific thing about this category is no use of the cape, so no flying over and getting easy breathers on a lot of levels that we would usually see. So we'll actually be on the ground, getting up close and personal with some tight platforming, and also no Star World, so we can't cut out most of the game. So both runners successfully getting the first level out of the way. And now the first test of the nerves, the box jump. Quite a tight little start to this second level, Yoshi Island 3, and both runners get it. From here on, they're going to be looking to maximise the time running along those brown platforms, because when they're on those brown platforms, the platform is going to be moving forward ever so slightly, and it can save them a few frames. And they're both looking to be having a great run so far. And the 259, no shameful 258 in this race. This is the group stage of the competition. Louis recently had a very close race against Dab. And this is Fog's first match in the group, so Fog will also have to play Dabs later, as well as Yonderlash, and Louis yet to play Yonderlash. So these both these runners looking for a first win in this group stage. It's likely that 2 wins is going to be enough in the group stage. Next up, Iggy's. Going to be some tight fence grabbing sections. It's quite difficult on the D-pad to avoid pressing up and down, or to only press up and down to grab onto the fences when you want to. Louis showing off excellent fences, and fogdude very good as well. And that door boss for Louis, costing the 281, I think there. Door's notoriously tricky. Both of them grabbing the midway there. They've kept small throughout World 1, mainly for that first room in Iggy's, or probably entirely really for that first room in Iggy's castle. But now they've got the midway and got fire. And they're both going to be looking for a quick fire kill on Iggy. Really nice from both runners. Absolutely nothing in it at the minute. Yeah, as Oscar's saying, definitely there could be a 3-way tie. Especially in groups where there's one incredibly strong runner or one perhaps newer runner, then it becomes almost a shootout between the 3 other runners to see who might go through. But no one will be taking anything for granted. This is where we would usually see the capes grabbed and the level simply flown over right at the top. No chance for that for these runners. And to show off a test of memory as much as anything else, remembering all the different heights, jumps, and the times to put them in. Both grabbed Yoshi there so they can ditch him. He's okay, he's just down there, guys. Don't worry about it. If they didn't grab Yoshi, they'd have to grab a shell and go for a shell jump, which would be a tricky way to start the category off. And this is one of the closest starts I think I've seen in this tournament. It's really just a few frames in it. The difficulty, to a certain extent, just keeps ramping up in this category. It's perhaps a bit of a breather on the top bridge. But we'll see the time gains and losses amplified throughout the run. A 241 for Louis there, but I think Fog was very close to a 241 on the in-game timer in that level. Into the donut ghost house now. First room, nothing much doing. It'll just be the door boss at the end. Now this room, they want to get P speed. Avoid jumping on the stairs in order to get it. And when they've got P speed, the camera will scroll up with them and they can actually see what they're doing on that top platform. And we head to the dreaded Donut Plains 3. I suspect Louis, at least, if not both of these runners, will be going all out for the biggest strats. Going to be looking for a left scroll just as they come off the platform. Louis is definitely going for it and backs off, and fogdude gets it. I don't know what Louis saw there, but interesting. The first real blood in this match to fogdude. But Louis keeps alive, and that's significant in Donut Plains 3. We've seen a lot of deaths. Losing the fire though, Louis, interesting. Now, being small is no big deal in Donut Plains 4. I favour that strategy, but Louis perhaps won't have been preparing for that. And meanwhile, fogdude, perfect so far in Donut Plains 4. Louis is going to probably use this shell to kill the... Oh, goes for it, but perhaps not practice with the small Mario strats there. Goes a little early and takes the first death. Fogdude, it's action going on everywhere here. Didn't quite keep up with that. Fogdude jumping under the bro and ditching the Yoshi to get a little bit more distance, but doesn't land back on the Yoshi. And fogdude has decided to go back into the level to grab Yoshi. So that's interesting. If you know the strat, you can go on without it, but I think it's a nice safe play, particularly with a bit of a lead over Louis, to go back in for the Yoshi. And fogdude will still take a small lead into Morton's. Both runners are going to want to keep the fire throughout Morton's in order to get a quick kill on the boss. And fogdude not quite able to do that, at least avoiding the death. And now we're really close again, given that Louis has the opportunity for that fast kill. And Louis makes it through that second room. So Fog now is probably going to look to take the spring up to the top of this room in order to skip half a cycle at the end. Absolutely no problem for fogdude there. We see Louis now, looks the same, no problems at all. Now for Fog, can he get the spring jump? And just about gets it, about at the time when the platform was arriving anyway. So we'll see Fog now has to jump on Morton 3 times, whereas Louis, 2 fireballs and a jump is all that's going to be required. A very slight lead now for fogdude, but Louis has clawed most of it back. Whoa. So now both of the runners heading into Vanilla Dome. They both have Yoshi. Frog's certainly going to be looking at some point to get a fire. There's a couple of opportunities in Vanilla Dome 1, but also could leave it till later. They'll probably see a left-right at the beginning just to make it a bit easier to get P-speed, and they're going to be grabbing this blue shell, using it to knock out a few of these buzzies, and now to fly up. Fogdude gets the nice buzzy hit, and now picks up fire, and everything's on track. Now there is the option to pick up a backup fire here. They could grab the spring at the end of this level. That I think is a viable race strat, given that it is very costly later on not to have fire. We don't see Fog fancy it though. Louis just waiting out on the swing just for a moment. And oh, those beans. That bean at the top, I don't think had spawned at the time. Maybe hadn't spawned. So a little bit of trouble for Louis there, uncharacteristic. And Fog extends that slight lead. That's now a good few seconds again. So Fog gets a nice Yoshi mount and eats shell. Fog's probably going to refresh the shell here, spitting it out and grab it again so Yoshi doesn't swallow it. And can use the shell now to kill those spinies, and perhaps as well to kill this chuck, reducing lag. See, Louis doesn't use it to kill the spinies, happy to land on him, but does kill the chuck as well. Fogdude heading into the dolphin level. Not much risk in terms of death in this level, but you can lose a lot of time if you end up in that water bobbing along instead of keeping P-speed. Both runners look to be having a perfect... Louis showing off eating the dolphins. Both, I believe, on the Japanese version. The only version to allow such horrific scenes. And I think both runners there finishing up with a 260. Honours even in that one. The underwater fortress should be quite an easy level for them. There's just a couple of points where you have to be careful swimming. More so in the second room than the first room, where you really don't want to lose that fire. There's no easy opportunity to get fire before the next Koopaling boss. Louis getting a slightly smoother room one there, pulling back just a little bit. As Fog looks like it's all clear, he's got good spawns at the end there for Reznor. How's Reznor going to treat him? Not the nicest, but Fog takes that very safely. And Louis with a really nice go. I think perhaps pulling back a couple of seconds, maybe a few seconds on that level. And oh boy, I think it's what nobody's been waiting for. It's Buddy Bridge 1. I have to say, I am one of many people to have lost Yoshi in this level of this tournament. So you can't completely turn your brain off. I haven't seen anyone die in this tournament, in this level. I don't know if that's right. But hopefully we don't see one of these runners starting that tradition off. Oh, okay, we have a Yoshi loss for fogdude. Okay, makes it a bit easier to get a few lives. I was wondering who was going to win the life off, but I think Fog loses there. Because not having Yoshi is going to be big for the next level. It was nice of Fog to give me something to talk about. It's pretty risky to go on without Yoshi, in my opinion here. And given that we saw Fog go all the way back in Donut Plains 4, which is quite a slow Yoshi grab, I suspect we're going to see Fog going straight back to, I believe it's Vanilla Secret 2, the first level outside of the dome itself. And that's got a Yoshi right at the beginning. And Fog says, "Get me out of here. I've lost my Yoshi. Horrible level." And Louie not far behind. If we do see Fog go back, then we'll definitely see Louie take that lead again. And Fog's going for it. No Yoshi for me. Full blood. So focus. Louie here is just going to be able to grab a blue shell fairly early on. And then that's it for the level, flying over. Sweet. But Fog knows the strats. This is exactly what you do with that forward scroll. Just giving a little bit time to see those Koopas come in. Takes one hit. For this level, that's not a terrible outcome, but it will be quite costly in terms of getting a quick kill on Ludwig. Ludwig is the slowest, or the boss with the biggest time differential between having fire and not having fire. But Louie has to make this his way through unscathed. Louie going for the double back scroll. A safe way to make sure you can get through that enemy. And I was watching Louie scream, but Fog seemed to get through alright as well. Not the easiest, particularly that first fireball to nip under there. If you don't scroll and you're Big Mario. But easy for these guys. This next section, very tricky to optimize. Pretty safe to get through. But very difficult to get perfect. Now, fogdude's already losing time to this boss fight because of no fire. But he's going to want a cycle skip. Needs to hit Ludwig in the air. Easy for fogdude. Only has that one extra cycle to wait. And enters forest within touching distance of Louie. Oh no, Kerrick. I've upset Kerrick. So as I say, entering forest, but all isn't actually quite equal yet, because Fog bravely went on without Yoshi. So while Louie is going to run through with P-speed right through this level, Fog is going to have to stop partway through to pick up a Yoshi. Louie has a chance here to pick up a second Fire Flower, which will be very useful later on for the Roy fight. And Louie manages that no problem. And Fog picking up that early Fire Flower, which means Fog will also be able to have a backup fire, the same as Louie. Louie, meanwhile, gets a nice jump on that hammer bow at the end, and gets a nice 260 on that level. Fog, on the one hand, sad that he's missed the fire, but very strong-willed not to chase after it and end up grabbing that cape. I was worried that we might see a cape grab there, but Fog was having none of it. Oh, and Louis, I assume, got first clip there. Because I only looked away for a moment to commentate on Fog, and Louis right through. So Fog now going to attempt the same clip himself. He's dismounted once to get rid of the air physics, and gets it first time. So as well as getting all the skill of the clip, getting the good luck as well. And I was looking at the PBs earlier, and the last PB for fogdude came in a few weeks ago, and it was a 36.57. But the way Fog's playing at the minute, I think Fog looks an awful lot better than that. I don't know if he just hasn't submitted a PB. If not, if that really is the PB, we could definitely be on seeing PB pace here. So Louis in his final non-boss level in the forest. Interesting strat at the end. I know a few people go for that. Powering through the bubble. Very nice from Louis. Louis heading to Roy's, knowing that he can damage boost to skip a lot of the snake movement and still have fire for the boss kill. Fog going for the strat I'm more familiar with at the end and pulling it off to perfection. Also getting a very nice Forest of Illusion 3. So Louis is going to be able to, at some point, scroll the screen forward and then get a good run at the spikes, release the fire flower from the inventory just before he jumps into the spikes, and then as soon as he's taken damage from the spikes, picking up that second fire and using his iframes to run across those spikes. Very nice, Louis. I suspect Fog will also damage boost. Maybe picking up the mushroom, maybe not. We'll see. But won't be able to pull off this nice kill. Like we've just seen from Louis on Roy. 2 fireballs and a jump. Looks like Fog's just going for the standard D-boost. Not interested in the mushroom. It is nice to have some kind of power up, but it's not particularly important for Roy now. There'll be plenty of time, plenty of opportunities to pick up a mushroom at some point in Chocolate Island. So the 3 bouncers for fogdude, very nice. You can tell it's a good kill when Roy has not moved very far to the left because he hasn't had much time. And so the runners are just about run Roy's cutscene apart as Louis heads into Chocolate Island. This can be kind of a tricky one for a lot of runners. Louis just loses P-speed for a moment there, but able to pick it back up without much loss of time. Now for the trickiest bit at the end, Louis going for normal jumps. No problem at all. Louis will then go neutral on the D-pad in order to maintain the fast 64 speed that pipe spits you out at. So fogdude, also now in Chocolate Island 1, does not pick up that first mushroom. Perhaps Fog is going to look at grabbing the spring and taking the spring over the gold tape at the end. That would also give him a power up, but we'll see now. Nope, not interested. Perhaps Fog doesn't want a mushroom at all. Perhaps Fog's going to go for the scroll strat at the end of this level. So Louis now going to look to keep the fire flower with the scroll strat. Now Fog could try that as small Mario, or there's a choice of 2 mushrooms within the ghost house to pick up. So here's the first option for Fog. Nope. I'm beginning to think Fog isn't interested in this mushroom at all. Okay, last chance for the mushroom. Nope. It's going for the scroll strat. Well done. Going for the double scroll. I was worried he might not get P-speed back in time. But that's brave. In a race that's so close against Louis, there's a death in it. Let's look at Louis now. Because Louis is Fire Mario, can't nip under those baseball chucks. But goes for what I think potentially is a slightly harder strat. Ever so slightly slower. But here's where Louis gets the advantage. Has nothing to fear in this first room in Chocolate Secret. Because he can take a hit if needs be, but no need. Successfully through it. And we see Fog going under the baseball chucks there. Doing the small only strat. Louis in room 2 now. It's an interesting room, that second room. Tricky to get as much P-speed movement as possible. Or movement at the speed of P-speed, whether or not it's actually P-speed or it's just off a slide. Fog's looking to have a very nice room too. And Louis successfully made it through that tricky end section. We'll talk about it more as Fog goes through. Some dodgy hitboxes from the game there. But wow, Fog really keeping composure to keep the P-speed there. But now it's going to be tricky. You can regain P-speed, but it's really tough. And Fog getting chucked. I think that level that last room just kept not quite getting back on track. As Louis in Wendy's going for the undersaw. Very nice. We'll see if Louis goes for the midway. Does take the midway. And now in this room too. Wendy just delaying slightly. Oh, and Fog, another death. That's an unusual one in the second room. As Louis taking a hit, but it's not a big deal so long as Louis successfully takes on Wendy. And again from Fog. Just keeping my eye on Louis. One more hit for Louis. And Louis safe. Let's see what Fog's been trying. Looking good so far. Getting P-speed. This looks fine now. And for the first time in this race, Louis takes a decisive lead. And that same hit could potentially just do with getting in the practice cart for a moment, and I'm sure that'd be sorted out. But when it's live in the race, you've got to work out on the fly what's slightly wrong about your visual cue. So here we go. Gets through that, room 2 again. And gets the jump this time. This is the way. Oh dear. Tough. We see Louis very sensibly grabbing that safety mushroom in the first room of the ghost ship. And Louis is going to be looking to delay slightly to either despawn one or both of the boo rings coming up at the end of the ghost ship room. Just going to see if we can grab Louis' audio here. That seems pretty good. And Fog, unfortunate again. Chocolate Secret is really taking no prisoners today. Fog had kept so tight to Louis, back and forth throughout the whole of this run. Chocolate Secret might have just done for this. But Louis is going to have to improve on the Valley Bowser from Louis' match against Dabs. So you never know. Now Fog gets to what is usually the main danger point for Chocolate Secret. These yellow platforms at the end, the last couple can really grab your jumps. And Fog takes it very safe. And finally, get me out of here. Fog moves on to Wendy's. While Louis in Valley Bowser. And I missed the orb, didn't I? I missed the orb, guys. Just a slight slowdown at the end for Louis, but other than that, a very nice Valley Bowser 1. In that 359 into the pipe. So Fog is small now. Knows the small strat. Doesn't try and YOLO it through the spikes at the beginning, just delays a moment. Also delays to go over that saw. Only costs about an in-game second. Very sensible. And Louis might have enough of a lead here that he thinks Sandbar would be a good idea. So hopefully we see a go at Sandbar. While Fog, really nice second room in Wendy's. Keeps the mushroom, and here we go for Sandbar. I'm not sure Louis attempted that. That looked like taking it safe to me. I think Fog was looking for that cheeky little wall clip at the end. Doesn't quite get it, but very nice Wendy's. Really recovering after Chocolate Secret was such a pain. There's always a chance Louis goes for that second clip, but wasn't really very likely, was it? So Louis in room 3 is going to be looking for an orange jump, a luck jump to get up, and doesn't quite get it. Can save a couple of seconds there at the end, not having to wait for the Sandbar platform to rise up. So fogdude is going to be avoiding that question mark block that Louis got, because since Fog is already big, that'll be a nasty old cape, which we don't want at all. And Louis into the final fortress of the run. Gonna look to keep speed while the spikes are down. Now we'll see how long Louis can keep speed. Oh, Louis goes for the P-Speed final. And here I was thought Louis was taking it safe. No Sandbar, but goes for that extra. It's pretty much swag. It saves so little time. For something so crazy difficult. And as Louis heads into the back door, this time I'm ready for it. Fog's going for that sunken ghost ship finish. Here we go. It's the orb. As Louis successfully navigates Dark Room and is a Bowser kill away from picking up this match. As fogdude heads into Valley Bowser 1. Tricky P-Speed get at the start, and with the forward scroll it just allows that small Monty roll, or that big Monty roll, to get ahead. So Louis, that's phase 1 down, 2 hits out of 6, and keeping that one Mecha Koopa to go for a kill. To go for, a ball skip. Louis going to look to hit Bowser as he pauses to throw a second ball, and then that is going to complete that ball throwing phase. There he goes, Mecha Koopa in hand. Going to time the throw. Perfect ball skip there. No doubts there. Oh, fogdude loses P-Speed. In the first room of Valley Bowser 2. It's a very awkward room not to lose P-Speed on. There's those bats at the top. And looks like Fog's made it through. Louis now onto the final phase. We'll try and keep an eye on potential sandbar. And also on Louis for the finish. One hit to go for Louis. Get your GGs ready. Going to be a 35 for Louis. Yep, gets the hit. GG Louis. And Fog takes it safe. No sandbar required. Oh, he clipped. Did Fog get the clip perhaps, but not the cycle? That's exactly what happened. Thanks, Loscore. So, sorry, Fog Dude. Lou was just finishing up, and I missed your sandbar. And that orange jump I was talking about, when Lou was there, Fog Dude gets it. And Chocolate Secret aside, I think Fog's having a great run. Just that one level just was the main difference between these two runners on this occasion. So Fog the same here is looking to maintain P-Speed while he has to wait out those spikes. And then the tricky end section. Sure, Fog will be keeping P-Speed for a while, but that final jump that Louis did, that was fairly special. I'm not surprised we don't see a repeat of that. And a nice Resnor and a nice Resnor kill for Fog Dude. And now Fog Dude, just the one level to go in the back door, so it's a quick castle, just the dark room, and then the Bowser fight. Taking a little hit there, well, that's no big deal. There's a midway, getting the safety of the mushroom back, and I'm sure we'll see an excellent fight from Fog. So we'll see Fog looking not to get the first hit too early, because if you hit Bowser as quick as you possibly can, he will then throw the spare Mecha Koopa off screen. And Fog is going to want to... Yeah, that Mecha Koopa's there. I'm going to want to take the Mecha Koopa through to the second phase, just like Louis, to get that ball skip and save a bit of time in phase 2. This result leaves this group delicately poised. Louis now on 1 win. And Fogdude and Yonderlash yet to take a win, but they both have 2 matches left to try and get some results. Everybody looking to catch up the runaway leader so far, Dabs, who has 2 wins from 2. Dab's yet to play Fogdude. Fogdude entering the last phase now. Not as important as the ball skip, but it's going to want, just like Louis, to hit Bowser instantly at the beginning there. Doesn't quite get it. If Fog had got that instant hit, then Bowser would have jumped around for a little less time. It can get tricky if you do miss that and aren't used to it, because you're off book to work it out, but no problem. So almost second time of asking. There we go. Gets nice. Get your GGs out for Fogdude. A really nice run. I think a lot better than perhaps a 40-37 indicates. So thank you both runners. It was a really close race for a long time there. I don't know if we're going to expect the runners in the commentary booth for an interview. Hopefully we get someone in. I know Louis doesn't usually go for that, but we may get Fogdude. We will see. No interview for Fog either. That's fair enough. Thank you very much. I see Fog has a mystery voice as well. Well, that's cool. Kerrick assumes he's a very old lady. Well, that's absolutely fine, and also very likely. Okay, and with that, I think that's it for me. Actually, no. Let's have a quick gander at the schedule for tonight. If gander is still a thing that people do. So just getting the schedule up here. So we have, this was 5 PM. So in 15 minutes, we have Dots Are Cool versus Ice Knight right here on SpeedGaming with commentary by Cyclone. So that'll be an interesting one. Dots swagging it out, getting extra exits, I believe, in his first match. So I wonder if we'll see a repeat of that one. Keep your eye out. Oh, and I see the Fogdude versus Dabs matchup. A real interesting one in this group will be taking place at 8 PM. That's EST for both of those. And that's going to be on SpeedGaming as well with Mad Ewok Herd. So keep tuned for them tonight. I certainly will be, unless I fall asleep. All right. Thank you, guys. That's it for me. Bye.